Hello, everyone. I hope you all had a great time here in this great event, and I hope you enjoyed the SDK introduction. But my session is something new and something different. It's about social. So my topic today is staying connected with your friend by using Samsung's ChatON API. Before I jump into my presentation, I want to give you a quick overview. What is the social networking service market and how it looks like, and what is the jobs being done so far. I think developers are concerned about two things of social media or social network. First is the user. How many users we're talking about? I mean, you might not have an idea, but right now, in 2012, all these global social network users reach about 10 billion. And that's about 20% of the global population. And how much money is being generated from these social network games? And by this year, 2012, it's about $12 billion being generated from these social network games. And so imagine about this huge market. If your application can have a channel and have a chance to target those audience and make a revenue as much as this, I think it's a great job. So my presentation is all about ChatON and social. So first part is the introduction to the ChatON service. So what is the ChatON service? What kind of features are you getting from this ChatON? And second, it's all for these ChatON APIs. How we can use this service in your application. And the last one is about the market and how Samsung bring our effort to promote the ChatON service. So let's begin with the introduction to the ChatON service. So ChatON service actually is the Samsung's own real cross-platform messaging service. And it's bring all these fantastic creative features to all our users and the developers. It's available on Samsung's feature phone, and also Samsung's Bada phone, and of course Samsung's Android phone. And it's also available on iOS and BlackBerry. And we have also the tablet version and web version, so you can use on your PC as well. So that means it's really true cross-platform. And look at the history of the ChatON. So we first launched the ChatON service on 2011, October. And it's first available on Samsung's Android and the Bada and some of the feature phone platform. And then following the 2012, the first quarter, we expanded the supporting platform to iOS and the BlackBerry. And later this year, early this year, second quarter of 2012, we had this first major upgrade, and we launched the ChatON service in Korea. That means we start to support multiple languages. And up to now, this month, third quarter of this year, we have launched a new service for the buddy, like Olympic buddy service, which means you can get the latest Olympic news game result via the ChatON service. And also, we start open the APIs to our developers. That means you can also utilize these features. I will run a quick tutorial video to show you how the ChatON service is running on the device. So let's watch the video. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed the video. And, oops, I think I was jumping some slides. Okay, here is it. I just want to highlight some of the features that you went through this video. The first one I mentioned earlier is true cross-platform. So it's available on all the major platforms that you can find on the market right now. And this client application, you can download it from Google Play, Samsung apps, iOS store, any of the major store, you can download it on your device. You can start as a user to use it right now. And some of the really great features available on the ChatON is, for example, the enhanced one-to-one chat. So we have also this group chat, which means you can manage your friends commonly in one chat room, share the content, share the information, and very easily. And the third feature is about the sharing. So all the social service is all about sharing, right? So you chat with your friend, you send some files, you send some music. And also, you want to find it easily later on. You don't want to go through the massive history and scrolling up and down, find the files. But on ChatON, we provide this trunk function, as you see the video. You click the button, all the files you shared with your friends, all there. And you click the file, you can even leave a comment on each of the files that you share between your friends. And the fourth feature is the animated message. And that's the personal one that I think is really great. Because when you think about that, you can use your creativity and imagination to develop a small video clip and share with your friend, and even a small idea. And those things received will as a video clip, and they will watch through it, how you created this content. And the last one, not the least, is the animated emotion. So girls don't like texting too much. They want to send some really cute and fancy animation emotion. And on ChatON, this is all very downloadable from the settings menu. So this is all the main features you get from the ChatON client. Now let's talk about this service operation, how we deploy and promote this ChatON service. Because I think you watch on a video, it's talking about 120 countries. That video is out of date now. So now we support over 200 countries, and we support over 68 local languages. And plus, because this is early stage for Samsung on the ChatON service, we need to expand the ChatON service strategically. So for those countries listed here, this is our initial expansion plan. And for this highlighted in the orange color, the countries, they're the countries with the top number of ChatON users at the moment. Okay, now goes to my second part of the presentation, is the ChatON API. For developer as you, how we can utilize this service and features. The ChatON API actually is a bridge. It's from your application using ChatON API. You can connect or talk to the ChatON service, or you can talk in the ChatON client on the device. So for the service, we have two categories for APIs. First is the service API. So the service API is the RESTful HTTP APIs that you can access the ChatON server and get information back from the server. And because it's HTTP, that means it's cross-platform. So all applications can use these features and APIs. And the second category is this device API. Because if you think about, you want to only connect with the ChatON client on the same device without connecting the network, and then the client API is really great features they can use. So your application using this Android intent method, talking to the client on the device, and the ChatON client will connect to the server. So your application don't need to have a massive authentication method talk to the ChatON server. But right now, it's only available on Android, and all the other platforms coming soon. So now let's look at a little bit detail how this ChatON APIs works. So there are different layers for the ChatON service API. On the lower layer, we have this ChatON component layer. So that one consists of four main features. First one is authentication features. That's including the app authentication. That means your application has to be authenticated to connect with the ChatON server. And then your app has to be authorized by the user to access the private data information from the server. And the last bit, the user of your application need to be authenticated as well. So the second feature is this graphics one. So from the graphic components, you can access the user's profile, get profile status, and also you can get the buddy list of your friends, and also the group information, how your friends were created. And the last one is this the memo. And for the chatting features, you can send message using the ChatON messaging APIs, or you can use the Samsung push notification. So for all this kind of latest push information to be used in your application. The fourth domain is the media. So for the media APIs, you can share the information, share the files between your friends, and also you can access the trunk information to leave a comments to the shared files. And that's the lower layer of the ChatON service API. And in the middle, we have this open layer. So what open layer provides you is a more flexible and compatibility. So we open this server APIs, but we also maintain an internal layer of the proxy APIs. So that means even any changes in the future, it won't be affected you as a developer. And last one is your application. So using this HTTP request to access all those services via this open service API. So this is the big picture, how this ChatON service API works. And then the second is this client API. It's not much difference on the lower side, like the API server side. But only difference, as I mentioned earlier, is your application are not directly connect to the server or talk to the server. So your application on Android devices using the app intern talk to the ChatON client on the device. And the client is acting as a proxy, talk to all the servers and access these different features of the server. So that's the two different set of APIs available on the ChatON service. Now I'm going to talk through some of the main features that what kind of APIs you get from this server or the service API. The first one is the connection. So the connection domain contains of this authentication. So we're using these open authentication APIs to authenticate your application with the ChatON server. And second category is the graphic. So in the graphic domain, we have this body list, profiles, and the user image. You can all access from the third-party application. The last two is the messaging. Of course, you can create the one-to-one chat rooms or the group chat rooms, and you even can have the broadcasting chat. So what's the difference between the group chat and broadcasting chat is like an email. So you can CC your friend all the same information, but the reply won't be reviewable among the people. That's the broadcasting. And for the group chat, every message is shared among all the recipients. And the last one is the file. So you can send all different type of content, image, music, video, even calendar, everything, and then you share it with the chat rooms. And that files can be downloaded and shared anywhere. It's on the cloud. And on the client APIs, they have a little bit smaller features than the server side, but because it's easier and simpler to use. So the client API consists of the graphic side. So you can, as the same as the service API, you can access the body list. You also can have the body profiles, and also they view the body's image, and also one more thing is you can pick the body. So because you can launch the client and pick all the bodies from the list. So this is something not available on the service API. And the second part is the messaging. So same as service API, you can create one-to-one chat room. You can have the group chat, also have the broadcasting or file transfer. So this is the service API, client APIs on the device. Now let's give you some real example. So our partners have been using those APIs, created some demo apps, and show you how the ChatON service can be used as a third-party application. The first one is called Kitty Card. So the company called Wiley created a Kitty Card application. What it does is actually creating a postcard, on e-postcard on one device, and find the friends on the user and share the card with your ChatON friends. The first step is you create a card, and then once you're using the client-side APIs, it can show you pop out this picking up the friend list UI, and once you pick up your ChatON friends, and the card is sending as a ChatON message to another side, and then the message the card is sending as a URL link. So another friends click the link and review the card. So this is really a simple user scenario for how to use the ChatON API. Another demo application is called Couple Alarmo. That's from our Marlon Studio partners. what this alarm does is like the friends and families and lovers can help each other to wake up. So the simple scenario is very interesting, I think. So both shared alarm clock. Okay, some people start laughing now, I think. And then first they share the alarm, and then if one partner or one people decide, I'm going to snooze it, I don't want to wake up, and this information will send a push notification to another side. And another side can actually says bomb here. It can't be everything. It can be a very annoying video, annoying audio. Or even you can send the ChatON message to the friends and say, woke up. So the real image, the screenshot from the application looks like this. You share your alarms, like you set between the friends, and it appears the same as two devices. And then once the alarms comes, you can either snooze it or you can just set it and get up. If you decide to snooze it, and then one ChatON message was sent, say, this guy is snoozed. And then on the other side, it will receive starting chatting and say, hey, please, Williams, wake up. So this is another very simple scenario how you can use the ChatON API in your own application. Add a little bit social flavor to your application. So to support our developers, we have our specific ChatON developers pages under our Samsung developer site. So all this API documentation can be funded from the developer site. And some further documentation will be coming online as soon. OK, that goes to my last part of the presentation, market effort. Everyone wants to hear, yeah, I got a great idea. My application is fantastic. How the users going to spot my application? Samsung is helping you. So we spent a great market effort, all those strategic countries, to help you to promote the ChatON service. So those countries listed here have all different type of marketing activities going on. For example, in Italy, we are co-marketing with some stores to promote ChatON service. So let's give you some more examples. So here is Italy. So we cooperate with a company called Mixed, which are providing the diary to all the major Italian universities. So students are using those diaries every day. And imagine when they turn on, like they open the diary, and they will see a ChatON promotion message on the diary. And that's how big you can imagine your ChatON service audience will be reached. And also we installed some pop-up stands in the university. So every day university will see, there's a ChatON service. That's the promotion we did in Italy. So in India, we have our feature phone called Camp 2, which is really a very huge sales in India at the moment. So on the Camp 2, we preloaded the ChatON service. And on the TV commercial running in India, everyone will watch the video and see there's a ChatON service on the Camp 2 device. And during the launch event, we specifically mentioned that we have our own ChatON service on that device. So all the users, the buyers will know, here's the ChatON service. The last one, but not the least, is Indonesia. So we have some other celebrities, some other ways to help to promote ChatON. So we're using the local celebrities and to promote the ChatON. For example, the video shows, the image shows here, there's a very famous star called Ivy Tintin. Sorry, I think, yeah, she's beautiful. So I think a lot of people are going to really follow the celebrities' activities and trying to start using the ChatON service. And we also print out a lot of leaflet and gave it away on the store and in different events. So this is all the marketing effort we spent on ChatON. And I told you, this is the only initial phase. We will continually expanding the ChatON service on globally. I think that's conclude all my presentation today. And thanks very much. Thank you.